All right, so the RV's back. I'm going to take a little video here of what the walkthrough looks like. There's this silver thing is where I keep the RV paperwork. This is the paperwork for the people that just delivered it back. I'm going to put the paperwork in here for the people that are going to be taking it. They'll have the rental agreement. And then the Class C checklist. The Class C checklist is what we're interested in. Okay, so there's a bunch of stuff you have to do. It's pretty straightforward. You just basically need to do a tire inspection. I've done it. I'll do it again in Kamloops, but you just want to make sure that the tires look good. And if you want, you can check the pressure. If you want to show the people to check the tire pressure, this is the gauge right here. It's 75 psi in the front, 65 in the rear. In the rear, there's an inner and an outer. The outer is right there, and then the inner is 180 degrees opposite, straight through. You can't quite see, but it's in there. If you need to fill up the tires, there's a little air compressor here. And in behind the air compressor are the two nozzles. There's this long nozzle, which is for the inner, and then there's a short nozzle, which is right here, which is for the outer. So the long one's for the inner, this one's for the outer, if needed. In behind the air compressor. Okay, so the tires, checking all the fluids. Again, I'll check them. I've already checked the oil and stuff. It looks good. You may want to change the oil after you get back from Kamloops, prior to sending it out again. I just went to the oil changers in town on the strip there. It's really, really tight to get in, but you can fit. Or you'd have to book it in at the shop where we got the brakes done, but that's a bit more of a pain in the butt. So everything's good. I checked all the fluids. Let me pop the hood for you. Levers right there on the inside. This little latch pulls over. Up. All right, and now we lock it in. Okay, coolant. It's good. One power steering, I think. Brakes. The oil dipstick is down here. This is where you would add oil if you needed it, and this is the transmission fluid, and then the washer fluid. Okay, so they're all good right now. Unless you see any physical leaks, they should be good for your use as well. Okay, check the lights. Get one of the kids to check the lights with you. I did it with the renters when they were here, but you try to do that before. And then you check all the appliances, just like regular use. And then the next is the RV departure form. So now the people are here and you're going to walk through with them. Okay, so the first thing you do with them is explain that you've got this checklist that RV Easy provides, and we're going to do in both an exterior and interior walk around for damage. So the RV is older, right? It's 8 years old, so it does have some cosmetic stuff, some bumps and scrapes and stuff, but what it doesn't have is any like major structural damage or dents. Okay, that is missing, that hubcap. Okay, so just get them to note anything if they want, kind of like a rental, but like I said, I don't worry about the little stuff. Because it would take forever to note all the tiny little things. Inside, everything's pretty good except There's some damage here from water damage. Missing the lighting knob, which I'll show you how to light the stove in a minute. And then we're showing some of the wear and tear and the age of the RV. The upholstery is starting to get a little bit messed up. Okay, so they note anything, you note it. When you take pictures, interior, exterior pictures, note interior, exterior pictures of any damage that wants to be noted. And then we go through the RV trailer training, and it's just you follow the checklist. Okay, so for the generator, to start the generator, we press and hold the start button. Okay, the hour meter's there. When the generator's running, you can run the AC and you can run the microwave. But if you're going to run the generator for more than like 10 or 15 minutes, then I'd like you to open up the door on the other side of the generator, like on the side of the generator, so it gives it a little bit more breathing room. And then turn it off. When it's on, I note the hours on the generator. So furniture training, show them how the table works. You know, it's got the lock right here on the table, so if it's locked, it won't go down. Show them how the futon works. Show them how the bed works. So you extract, and then I just tell them basically until it stops, and then same when it comes in until it stops. Cleaning, I show them where all the cleaning stuff is. Go through the storage compartments, show them where the pots and toaster and kettle and all the dishes and bowls and everything. Tell them where they can put their stuff. Talk to them about this one here, which is basically like my toolbox. It's got all the spare fuses and lights and tools and stuff like that. It also has the boost kit in it. So if the battery goes down too low and you can't get the slide in because the slide's a 12 volt motor, then you have to get the boost kit, hook it up to the battery here, and boost the generator. Once you get the generator running, then you'll be able to get the slide in. That's only if you don't have a hookup. If you have a hookup, you don't have to worry about it. But if you're self-sufficient or not hooked up, then you'll need that power to get in and out. Explain the dash. Talk about the different dials, the LPG, battery, fresh, and black. The black's stuck at a third. It alternates between 1/3 and 2/3. It's just got crap, like literally crap stuck on the sensors. So use the gray to tell you sort of roughly when you need to dump. The sink and the shower go to the gray system. The sink in the bathroom and the toilet go to the black system. And I just explain how the foot pedal works. You press it a little bit when the water's on, and it'll get a little bit of water in there, and you press it fully, and it goes all the way in. Explain how the bathroom and the main room here have a switch that operates the two lights. Talk about the shower. Explain that if they want to shower, first of all, they're going to have to turn on the hot water. They're going to have to either turn the electric or propane on a couple hours before they want to use it. And then what they do is they put this down by the drain and set their temperature. Once they get their temperature done, there's this button right here. You push it, it'll turn off the shower. So you don't have to touch the knobs. You just press the button to turn the water on and off once you have the temperature set. What else? stove. Okay, this drawer is broken. The latch is broken. I've got to buy a new one. I don't know if I'll be able to get it fixed in time. We'll see. So the lighter is here. So to light the stove, it's just like lighting like a barbecue. You basically just turn it on and light. Okay, so you do that. You try to cook with this burner and then maybe this burner. Try to stay away from this one just because it can heat up and get pretty hot against that. If they want to use the oven, like, you can't really see it, but the pilot light is right there. Okay, so they have to press and hold the pilot button. It says pilot, push and hold. You light the pilot. Once it's lit, then you can go ahead and get the oven going. Okay, explain sort of where all the dishes are and stuff. Our dish mat is in here. Yeah. What else? I think that's about it. Talk to them about how the center screen here, how it goes. Press this button to turn it off, because it gets kind of annoying at night especially. Down here is the sunshade for the front, and in this bag are the curtains to put around, and they go on the little velcros here all the way around. And then the cleaning closet, and then the fridge. When the fridge is plugged in, when you're plugged into power, it'll just say on. When you're not plugged into power, it'll have the gas flashing. I keep it around 3. Seems to be a good compromise. The fridge is cool enough, and the freezer is frozen. If you go to 5 or something like that, then usually I find the fridge starts to freeze some stuff. All right, let's go outside. Okay, so let's look at what's in here. This again is like kind of like the garage of the RV. It's got the air compressor if you need it. It's got a jack if you need it. Really though, you should, if you got a real problem with a tire, you should be calling the roadside assistance. You got the kit to tighten the lug nuts if you need it. Little propane cylinders for the barbecue, the small barbecue. And then you have 2 bins. You've got this bin here, which is the power bin, and you've got this bin here, which is the water bin. So for the power bin, you basically have got a 30 amp extension cord, a 110 extension cord, and this fuse, or a circuit breaker, or a surge protector, sorry. And what I do, I didn't do it this time because I do it. I know the power is good at home, but what I do is if I'm plugging into 30 amp or 110 or whatever, then you plug that into. Okay, so you plug into the shore, and it will tell you if it's good. So green on means surge protection's on, blue on, red off means correct wiring. So good. And now I can plug the RV, plug it in, and I like to tuck it up. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I just like to try to tuck it out of harm's. Okay, so that's power. You put it all away. So this door's a little finicky. You've got to like lift up on it and push it in to get it to go in. It won't go in right now because the cord's sticking out. Okay, so that's the power box. water box. You only really need this when you're at a campsite that has water and you want to hook up to it. So in here, the important stuff is the hose and this nozzle thing right here. So basically what you're going to do is you hook the hose up to the camp water supply. Then this comes over here and you hook this one into here, and then you hook the hose right into this. Okay, that will pressurize all the pipes in the RV using the water supply at the campground. If you don't have a water supply, then you're going to use this. This is for potable water, and this will fill the 40-gallon tank that's inside. This little drain here, which you saw me turn at the beginning, is the drain for the tank. So I like to drain it after all the renters, and then put a third in for the new renters. If people are going to be off the grid, then they may want more, but you just got to be really careful about the weight, because it is adding a lot of extra weight to the RV, and especially if you're going to be bumping a little bit, you don't want to be ripping the water tank right out of the floor of the RV. And all you do is take the potable water hose. Any RV fill station or dump station will have a potable water hose, and you just fill that up as much as you want. To check how much water you have on board, there's two ways really. The easy way is just to press the fresh button, and when it gets to a third or 2/3, then you just tell the person that's filling it to turn it off. Alternatively, under that seat, you can lift it up and see the tank and visually, tell how much water you've got on board. But the water sensors work well. Okay, so that is that. We will leave that out so it can have a chance to dry out. For dumping, and then there's fluids in here too. I've got a funnel, I've got antifreeze, oil, transmission fluid, and a bunch of other stuff. Here is the sewer hose sloper. This is just a whole bunch of straps and bungee cords. This is extra sewer hose if you need it to be a little longer. And then this sucker here is the actual sewer hose attachment that goes into the dump station. So come around, open this up. We can take off that, just set it up. The hose itself lives here. So we take one sec.